Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be answering more of the Instagram questions you guys have been asking me, or questions you've been asking me on Instagram, whatever. I have been trying to answer everyone's questions on Instagram, so if you would like me to answer your question, please do send me a message on Instagram. And basically these questions are questions that a lot of people ask me anyway, so I thought, why not just answer them for you guys and then you'll know too. So again, I'm not going to say who asked these questions just because I don't want to, blow up anyone's spot or whatever. So yeah, one of the first questions I got was about, is it tough to crack the training? So for me personally, it wasn't very hard to crack the training. I would say I did study harder for, safety and security than I did for service, because obviously they regard that as more important. And what else has this person asked me? They asked me about their English. I think I spoke about the English in a previous video. Another thing I get a lot is people send me photos of their scars or things like that and ask me, do I think that you'll pass? Or I've gone through all the interview rounds and Qatar Airways has asked me to send them a picture of my scar and so on. Obviously guys, you can send me those pictures and I can tell you what I think. But I think that if they're asking you for a scar photo, my advice would be to try and conceal the scar so you don't see it as much. Not because you're trying to trick the people into believing you don't have a scar at all, but just to show them that if you put in just a little bit of effort, you can easily conceal the scar so it's not something that they have to worry about. So that's another question I get a lot. Here we go. Another question is, let's see. Oh, I already answered her question in my previous video. Sorry about that. Hey Bianca, can I ask you a question? I have heard about the strict curfew in Qatar Airways. Like, you have to be back at your accommodation 12 hours before the flight. So do you have to do that when you stay in Doha or in layovers as well? Because if that happens in the layovers, how are you supposed to go out to see anything? Thank you so much. So my answer to this girl was basically that, if you're going out on a layover, obviously there is no swipe in, swipe out system like there is for your accommodation, so people are less strict. I have heard rumors in the past before that they will call you in your hotel room and to make sure you're there 12 hours before, or if another crew has gotten sick from a different flight, say like if they do 5 London flights a day and someone's gotten sick on a different flight that flew 2 hours before your flight, then they'll call you up to maybe do that flight. So I have heard things like that, but I would say that's very, uncommon really. It's not something that really happens a lot. And in my opinion, you can go out to explore and things like that, but I wouldn't recommend you go out, till an hour before your flight or something. Because first of all, you're going to be exhausted for the whole entire flight when you go back, especially if it's a longer flight. And also, things happen in real life, so you could be late or a train could get stuck or something like that, and you don't want to ever put yourself in that position. So definitely go out exploring. I remember when I worked for Qatar Airways, what we used to do is, we would get off the flight, go back to our rooms, change immediately, take a shower, meet down in the lobby with the other crew, explore for, 7 or 8 hours. And by then you might have been working 14 or 15 hours. So you have days when you're awake 24 hours in a row, and then maybe you sleep 8 or 9 hours, and then you have some breakfast, get changed, get ready, and then it's your pickup again. So mostly that is what happens. All right, let's see another question. This person I had a long conversation with, so I'm someone who's applied for Qatar Airways 7 times, but I've already gotten a regret email after my final interview twice. I'm really concerned about my pimple problem. So what I said to this person is, of course, you know, Qatar Airways is kind of strict with your physical appearance. You know, they don't even want you to have scars and things like that. So if you have a mild acne problem and you can cover it up, and boys usually ask me this question as well, and I tell them, of course, like if you need a little bit of concealer makeup to, you know, hide different blemishes on your face and so on, go ahead and do that rather than, you know, having red inflamed pimples on your skin and things like that. And let's see, another question we got here was, hey, are protruding moles on both your forearms allowed? Well, again, I'm not really sure what they're looking for, so I would say, you know, maybe just ask, you know, because a mole is something that you can get removed, so if you maybe get it removed, you know, then you might have a bigger chance. And I know that moles can sometimes, you know, like have health risks associated with them. I don't know too much about that, so maybe I shouldn't comment on that, but yeah, I've heard that before. Another question I got. My fiance was accepted in the open day with Qatar Airways. They asked her to send pictures before the 6th of March. I would like to know how long it will take to ask her to come to Doha. I also heard that they let her marry only after 3 to 5 years. Is this true? I heard that they're very severe and they want to control everything. Well, I wouldn't say they want to control everything, but I do remember that in my contract there was a clause that said you couldn't get married for a certain amount of time. And yeah, I think they were pretty strict on that rule, to be honest. But saying that, they did allow women that were already married to work for Qatar Airways. So if you were married before, or if you're getting married before, that's fine. But while you're working for Qatar Airways, I don't know if they've changed that rule in the meantime. But yeah, while I was working there, they were quite strict on that rule of you couldn't get married while you were working your first 3-year contract. And yeah, what else? So thank you guys so much. I almost have 2,000 subscribers, which is so weird, like even saying that. I'm so excited to, yeah, have so many people want to follow what I'm doing or what I say. I realize that YouTube is a place that I go for to look for content. You know, if I want to start something new, or if I want to try a new makeup look, or, you know, basically for advice from people who have already done something. So I realized that maybe these YouTube videos that I'm making about Qatar Airways could help a lot of you out. So comment down below what kind of videos you guys would be interested for me to make, and also if there are any other videos besides Qatar Airways videos that you'd like me to make, I'd love to make those for you guys too. Alright, have a lovely day and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!